A very good morning and a warm welcome to all our local and international listeners out there. You're tuned in at Let's Talk Showbiz live from our studios at Brand Live at the 27 Boxes. I'm your host Nico Barnard, and yes, you've guessed it, Shantae Raz, my lovely co-host, is right here next to me. What's up, Shantae?
What's up? A very good morning to you, Nick Klaus, and a very good morning to all our fantastic listeners tuned in for our second episode of our second season. I am so excited for this upcoming season. Great things are coming, and speaking of great, how was your week so far, Nick?
It's been busy. It's been very busy, but it's been good. It's been productive, and it's been good. Great things has happened. And with you?
Also semi-productive, no sleep, that whole vibe, but living
No
the
sleep?
life, it's great.
What sleep? Is it digestible?
It's
Can you
digestible.
can you eat it? I don't know.
No,
what
it's been a
sleep-
good week, and I think the results will show. You know, what's that metaphor? You reap what you sow.
Yes, that
Yes,
one.
boy,
That
yes.
one.
Hit us up on Twitter at Let's Talk Showbiz and let us know how your week was and what was your highlight. Highlight of my week. What is your highlight?
My highlight was that Safata Academy got its brand new building.
Ooh.
Renovations is almost finished, and the students will be moving in on Monday.
What was my highlight? Ooh, it was my friend's birthday yesterday. Shout out to Idalise if you're listening.
Happy
Hey.
birthday! I don't know you.
I
but
wish you
happy
had like
birthday.
a little push button thing that goes happy birthday.
Now, last week we kicked off season 1 with an exciting episode featuring the lovely Ashlyn Gray, who since has returned back to the US to continue working on her awesome music and singing career. We have had an absolute blast in studio, and we're excited to see what Ashlyn has up her sleeve for 2019.
Yes. Ashlyn is a woman harboring many talents with an amazing heart and a stunning voice to add. We shared her awesome single STFU as well as her cover track Smile from the Rado Inspired Foundation last week here on the show. In case you missed it or any other episode itself, you can easily catch up on any previous missed episodes on our podcasts available on our YouTube channel weekly.
Now, for our new listeners, be sure to follow our Facebook page at Let's Talk Showbiz, where we post updates on news of every episode to keep you in the loop of what's lit in the industry.
Yeah, what's lit?
And we're also now on Instagram and Twitter at Let's Talk Showbiz, and we're in the process of launching our brand new website. So
Booyah.
watch the space.
Also, keep an eye out for our brand new website, which you just mentioned, to be launched and available at www.letstalkshowbiz.co.za soon. #watch this space. Furthermore, make sure you tag us at Let's Talk Showbiz in your post to share any new or upcoming events in the industry. We would love to hear from you, local or international.
Today in studio, we have an amazing guest.
Yes.
If you're following the trends on social media, you'll know that we have the talented and beautiful Karla Bosch in studio with us.
Yes. For those of you that don't know Karla, stay tuned, coming up soon. But first, it's time for our weekly dose of entertainment and media on what's hot locally and internationally.
Now, Pearl Tuesday stars in the Netflix TV series. Netflix, the world's leading entertainment streaming service, has announced its first original series in Africa, a South African series, Queen Sono. The action-packed show follows Queen Sono, a highly trained spy in a local agency whose purpose is to better the lives of African citizens. While taking on her most dangerous mission yet, she must also face challenging relationships in her personal life.
Cool. The series was created by director Kagiso Lediga and executive producer Tamsin Anderson of Die Prente. Queen Sono is expected to launch globally this year in 2019, if it hasn't already. And quoting Lediga, "We are delighted to create the original series with Netflix and are super excited by the undeniable ability to take this homegrown South African story to the global audience. We believe Queen Sono will kick the door open for more awesome stories from this part of the world." That's pretty cool.
That is awesome. Awesome. So happy that Netflix is here in our world, in our land.
Africa.
On another television front, Showmax's first original drama series, The Girl from St. Agnes, is a must-watch according to Screen Africa. The series is a rare showcase of South Africans' English language acting talent.
The story revolves around a high school community who tried to uncover a murder mystery. It is said to be a breakthrough for the South African television, especially in the style of writing being quite different from the usual local South African trends. So binge watch The Girl from St. Agnes on Showmax now or tonight.
Just do it.
Just do it!
Jumping to the award ceremony, the 13th annual SAFTAs, the South African Television Awards, will take place at Sun City Super Bowl on the 1st and 2nd of March 2019. This year's nominees represent an exciting, dynamic selection of the best films and shows to have graced our screens in 2018, including Canary, Nummer 37, Five Fingers for Marcellus, and Sew the Winter to My Sky.
So the winter to my sky. That's such a cool name. And in the US, the Academy Awards #Oscars will happen on the 25th of February at 3 a.m. South African Standard Time. Who's staying awake? Who are you vouching for? Please do enlighten us on our Facebook page. Check out our Academy Awards post to see the nominees and comment your favorites and whether or not you will be staying up to watch the evening awards ceremony or not. Post your comments and tag on social media at Let's Talk Showbiz with the #LTSOscars2019 and get discussion started.
Yeah, I will definitely not be waking up that or staying up that late.
Yes, you will. Psst. No, don't tell them that.
Anyone.
I'm staying up, y'all. Who's staying up with me?
Regarding the festival scope, there are 2 international film festivals coming up, with Ireland celebrating the Dublin International Film Festival from the 20th till the 3rd of March, to Arizona in the US hosting their Sedona International Film Festival from the 23rd of Feb until the 3rd of March. Shout out to Dublin and Arizona. Please give a shout out if any of our local South African artists and creators has entered into the films.
And just following back on the Oscars topic, the 2019 Oscar-nominated shorts will be screened at the Bioscope Independent Theatre in Johannesburg until the 3rd of March, ranging from the animation all the way to action. If you attend these screenings, give us a shout-out at Let's Talk Showbiz with your favorites or comment your favorites on our post regarding the screening events. We might see you there.
The world of theatre has brought The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe to the Somerset West Theatre, the Playhouse Theatre, and is showing till the 2nd of March, whereas elsewhere the South African State Theatre brings Is He Mad? To the Tshwane Townships from the 20th until the 24th of February.
Is he mad? A story of a man who doesn't want to accept the death of his wife and did not become himself ever since. The story is developed from a monologue from the well-known play of Dario Fo called Accidental Death of an Anarchist. And some of the ideas are coming from the newspapers such as A Daily Sun. The play deals with people who are ignorant about real issues in their lives. It's a hectic piece.
Very interesting. And where music and comedy collide, Pretoria's favorite Park Acoustics will be happening on the 24th of February, featuring the lovely Jeremy Loops, as well as comedic acts including Skulk Poseidon. Be sure to check out these awesome South African artists and gems.
Yes. And with another exciting vocal in our midst, Tamia will be live in South Africa on the 22nd of February. With the release of her acclaimed new album, Passion Like Fire, and countless fan requests, we are pleased to announce that the 6-time Grammy Award-winning nominee, Canadian musician, producer, and actress Tamia will grace South African shores in February 2019, with 3 of her shows taking place in Tshwane, at the Sun Arena at Times Square, Cape Town, a track in Greenpoint, and Durban Botanic Gardens.
She will be joined at her shows by a top local lineup, including the superb songstress and award-winning Lady Zamar.
Yeah, Lady Zamar.
And that's all, folks. Another fantastic session of What's Hot locally and internationally, brought to you live, proudly by Let's Talk Showbiz. Be sure to keep up with speeds with your weekly dose of news and entertainment right here on Let's Talk Showbiz every Friday from 11:30 till 12:30. You're also welcome to tag us at Let's Talk Showbiz on any media regarding industry gems and upcoming events.
Or invite us to your shows, premieres, events, or productions as we constantly try to promote local talent in South Africa, as well as internationally. Also, feel free to tag us in your Instagram stories or post to feature on our pages and Instagram feeds. Whether you are attending a show or part of a show, we would love to hear from you all the same.
We'll be taking a short break, and when we return, we will be diving into our favorite segment of the show with our guest in studio, Karla. So stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Woo!
Live from 27 Boxes in the heart of Melville, this is brandlive.co.za.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Brandlive.co.za is thought leadership radio. It's a new way to communicate your brand, your value, and what we think about your industry. Be a leader, be a voice, and we will help you shape your industry. Our radio platform is for thought leaders who want to share insights, businesses who want to create value for their databases, organizations who want to control their message for those that drive change. Make your brand come alive on brandlife.co.za, harnessing the power of talk radio.
brandlive.co.za.
And welcome back, ladies and gents, to your favorite show, Let's Talk Showbiz. In studio with us today is the stunning, multi-skilled Karla Bosch. Welcome, Karla.
Hello, guys.
How you doing?
How y'all doing?
Good.
Oh, it's so nice to have you here.
So, for those of you guys that don't know Karla Bosch is an actress, singer, fashion stylist, film wardrobe stylist, content creator, and formerly known magazine fashion editor for two popular print magazines. She's also the proud owner and founder of the company Styling Avenue South Africa, established in 2016, and the creator of the blog and news site Karla Fashion, established in 2012.
Karla started wardrobe styling and film styling full-time in 2016. Born in a small town in the Free State and now living in Johannesburg, Gauteng, Karla studied her 3-year degree in fashion management, communication, and buying at Northwest School of Design in South Africa, which are also known for famous designer graduates like Gert Johan Coetzee, Anel Botha, and Kobus Rautenbach, just to name a few.
Karla is wearing multiple hats, literally and figuratively.
Hello.
From fashion editor, influencer, stylist, creative director, brand influencer, singer, and last but not least, actress. She stood out from the crowd by being one of Meropa's 4 youngest influencers in 2014, and also called a top media professional by the City Bliss director Sam Bell.
By focusing on quality posts on Kalala Fashion. Do you want to say that for us?
Karla Fashion.
Yes, girl. She gained a unique reputation in the fashion industry and was featured on iFashion as a popular South African online fashion news portal for the first time in 2012, where she also ended up interning in 2014.
Stoked! Having worked on numerous films locally and internationally last year, some of which includes A Glass Half Full, The Defining Moment, The Tate Experiment, A Fork in the Road, and also having been recently made an appearance as a cameo on the international sci-fi film The Construct, not to mention her extensive list of work as a wardrobe stylist behind the scenes in those films and many other more.
Karla also appeared in other productions and even made an appearance on the two in the local SA soap Sewende Laan in 2017. And Karla tells us that this is only the beginning, as she has some amazing projects lined up for this year, which possibly includes the international TV series Watch This Space. Actor, wardrobe,
Stylist, blogger,
fashion queen. I
creative
mean, she's
director.
sitting in
Blushing.
studio with the most fabulous sunglasses, and I'm just like, I'm so underdressed.
No.
Awesome resume, girl. Now tell me, how do you do it all and still remain so calm, collected, and remain fashionable? Lol.
I don't think I am calm. I think everyone who knows me, I'm always anxious and I'm
But you, like,
always
keep it
bubbly.
here.
But I keep it here. I keep it in, you know? Keep everyone calm. And then
So how do you keep it
But-
in?
Yeah.
If you're anxious,
You keep it behind
If
your
you're-
face.
if you're anxious and all that, how do you stay calm and collected? Because you might be anxious, but you look calm and collected, and you walk around strutting in fashion and just doing your thing. And just how do you do it?
Is
I
it your
think
car's
it's coming-
playlist?
I think yeah, my
Gospel
car
music
playlist.
playing there.
All the thousands of songs I'm playing. I just think it's throughout the years. I don't know. I think you
Develop a
you-
stamina.
Yeah, you. I don't know.
I think it's that bubbliness you have.
You learn, you learn to cope. I don't
It
know.
like overwhelms every other asset. You're like, hello world.
I think I shout it out, and then that's actually nerves. I think that's actually
So
nerves.
when, you're
feel
ve-
you,
so when
girl.
you're very friendly and bubbly, that's actually you being nervous.
Then I'm actually super nervous. Yeah.
Now, Silas,
Now we all know.
Now you know my secret.
when did everything start for you? Or should I rather ask, how did everything start for you?
Whoa. Let's say with fashion, it started in 2012. I went to study fashion, like you said, fashion management and communication and buying. It's a long word. So, I don't know, I was just surrounded with a lot of people in fashion. And then I just decided I'm going to start a blog. I want to build on my personal brand. And, yeah, I don't know. I think I winged it and yeah.
Ta-da.
It's actually a good question, yeah. I don't actually know. I think I I did a
You
little bit
just
of
had an
everything.
inspiration moment, and
Yeah,
you were like, let's
and I
go
think
for
helping, like it helped being in an environment that everyone was into fashion. So yeah, I think that motivated me, and then I just wanted to
So-
do my own thing.
So what inspired you to go into the fashion industry to begin with? Was there a moment, like a definite moment that you were like, I want to go into fashion? Or was it something that happened gradually, like you just discovered?
it. That you're good at it, and you're like, hey, that's something I can do.
Like I always had an interest in fashion. Like my mom, when I was little, my mom always dressed me like a little pretty doll. So I think it just came natural. Like I like dressing like pretty or
And dressing up and all that.
yeah. So
Cool.
I just think without the years,
So
I
it's,
was
it's,
like,
it
I
comes
I
since a young age with you.
yeah. So I think it just.
So
grew on
you
me.
studied fashion at the Northwest School of Design. How was that for you?
It was hectic. A lot of deadlines. Yeah, like we didn't do normal exams like writing and sit there for 2-3 hours. We had like
More practical.
yeah, more practical. So I also think that prepared me for after my studies, like because I've graduated in 2015. So I think
So the studies helped you
it
to learn
helped.
how to cope.
Yeah, I must say at the college, yeah, if I can put it like that, it prepared me.
It does that.
So yeah, I think everything worked out nicely.
Now, having seen so many great designers come from that school, have you worked with some of them before? Some of those people, like we named quite a few that actually came from there. Have you worked with some of those designers personally?
I've worked with Anal Botha and I've done shoots for her. It's a little modeling thing. And Kubis Rotenbach.
Oh, right, you're a model too.
No.
Just threw it out there. Like
just
a model,
influencer. No.
like a model thingy with Jiggy.
But it was just for fun because it's like portrait shots and it's like.
I just for fun. No, I'm not a
Oh, it's
model.
an
I just do it
acting.
for fun.
Well, she's an actress, so she's technically
just
a
for
model.
fun. No, and Kubis Rotenbach was my lecturer. So I knew him well and
Oh, that's
became
awesome.
friends and we worked here and there together. And so, yeah.
Awesome. Now, you're predominantly involved in the fashion industry, whether it being a freelance stylist, an editorial fashion stylist, editor, social influencer, or working as a stylist in wardrobe for film and television. How different are all of these different industries from one another when it comes to styling? Like, you as a stylist, you do different things. So you do editorial, which is magazine, you do freelance styling, you do editorial, you do your blog, and you also style people for film and TV. How different are they all from
And
each
theatre.
other? And theatre, yeah. How different are they all?
Why such difficult questions?
Does it change? Like, does it become more hard when you're on film, or with regards to you have to take other things into account?
Like with fashion editorial, it's more you go by trends and you like what's up and happening, and it's going to be in magazines, so you have to know what's happening in the fashion industry. And for film, it's more you go according to the director's storyline, the feeling, and I like that because it gives me like I get a blank canvas and I can dress this person into this character and this like an everyday person with a personality. And I actually think I like film more than editorial. It's more challenging actually for me as well because every genre is different, and with editorial it's just trend of the trend. And
Is it hard to get hold of wardrobe for the editorials, or does that sort of just fall together?
you have your contacts where you know who to contact for sourcing. But in the beginning it was a bit tricky, especially because I didn't really have someone who taught me like, okay, this is what you have to do now, and the next step is this. And so I basically taught myself.
So you ran on faith.
Yes, and yeah, so now
it all
you build
just
contacts and
So
Together.
It would be safe to say that editorial is like following a guideline and step by step.
yes, I'll
Whereas
say that, yeah.
whereas with film, you've got freedom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically that.
Okay.
Cool.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. Speaking of the film industry, you have been a stylist for many projects and films. What has been your best film to work on, and what has been your biggest challenge to work on?
I'll say, I actually, actually enjoyed the last one I did, The Construct, the sci-fi film we did now. It was challenging because I've never done like a sci-fi film, and I didn't know what to really expect, and it was different crew and a different cast, but
So that was your most challenging one.
yeah, getting to know a new director, like seeing
And trying to climb into his mind.
vision
Oh, I get it.
and what he wants.
So that was your biggest challenging one. Which one would you say has been? Would that also be one of the best films?
I'll say it was the best and it was the most challenging one.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fantastic. So
Were there any aliens? Or you're not allowed to disclose information yet?
Can I? Niku, can I?
I don't know.
May
Look
I?
at me. I'm not the director.
I just hear sci-fi and I'm like,
It's
ooh,
sci-fi,
Star Wars!
So, yeah.
Maybe not.
I say
Cool,
maybe,
cool.
maybe
My
not.
imagination
yeah.
is going wild. Love it.
So now, you don't just do work behind the scenes, you also do some work in front of the camera. And on stage as a singer and an actress yourself.
Oh yeah, she's a singer too. What
I
don't you
haven't
do?
performed in a while.
So share some stories with regards to those passions. Like, where did the singing and acting start for you?
It sounds so cliche, but I always say I think it started with my mom. Because my mom also had a passion. She's a vocal coach and she's also a singer. And well, she always wanted to do acting, but like I think she pushed me in that direction. Like, yeah, do that as well. You like entertaining, and so yeah, I'll say it started with my mom.
Cool.
Now, with the amazing work that you currently do in your fast-growing career, how do you stay humble and keep yourself grounded, especially since it's rather so easy to get lost in all the various industry cultures and celebrity notions? How do you stay humble and keep yourself grounded?
I think it's with the people you surround yourself with. I think that plays a big role. Family and friends. And I've been blessed to have friends that's very humble, and yeah, like you guys are very humble and sweet, and
Oh,
so
what do you
it
want?
keeps you grounded. It keeps you grounded, like having the right friends and people
Yeah.
motivating you.
My
and
mom always used to say that whenever I throw compliments at her, she's like, "Oh, you're so sweet.
What do you want?
Okay, what advice can you give to people who are venturing into the industry, which is a demanding industry, and how they can balance life, work, social life, and the relationship all together? So, as a wardrobe stylist, for instance.
Just never give up. Like, I know that sounds cliche, but like never give up. Like, just keep pushing. And like, it took me forever just to get my brand, my personal brand out there. Like, I started experimenting with social media and creating content, just get word of mouth, out there. And like on Instagram, I started in 2012, and I started like
Figuring
trial
it
and
out.
error, and and I just was
Do
like,
you-
I didn't care what anyone else said, and I was like, I will do this. like,
Determination.
Did
determination.
you have to like figure out certain schedules that work for you, or certain disciplines? Because it's you're a freelancer, you're working all the time, or how did you make it work for you so that you could be healthy at the same time and balance a social life, or at least a
I
family
don't
life?
think I really have a social life anymore.
Okay, family life, because I know that's important to
Family
you.
life, yeah.
How did you actually just work out a schedule that works for you, or do you still just wing it?
Or is it one of those things
Wing
because...
it.
Or is it one of those things because I know that you said you grew up in Free State in Welkom.
Yeah.
I actually also grew up in the same town as you. So I know your mom obviously still lives there.
Yeah.
So is it a thing that you say, okay, cool, do you force yourself to go home once a month to like escape work and spend time with family, or does work sometimes intervene where you can't and you go every second or third month? Or do you have, like Shantae asked, is there like a thing in your mind where you say, cool, so I'll work every day until this time, and I stop working at this time, or I set aside one day a week, or like what's your routine in order to stay grounded or to keep everything balanced? And
Yeah, so that you're at the top of your game all the time, because you are.
Like, let's see. How do I start my day?
So there's no intentional thing. You're just winging it.
Yeah, I'm trying not to overwork myself. So I try to relax and watch Netflix. Do a lot of that.
Is there specific days
and,
that you designate to that, or is it like every day at the end of the day you shut down for a period and watch a bit of TV to relax?
I'll say every day.
Oh, cool.
Like I just try to balance it, yeah. And
So
like
you,
I
you
always
try to build a 9 to 5 concept with different times though.
yeah,
but
like I'm
that's
trying
awesome.
to just make my own little schedule so I'm happy and I'm not getting frustrated with other people with their, you know.
Yeah,
that
because
type
with
of
the
thing.
emotional industry.
And I
get it.
always try to go visit my mom like if I can, like every month or second month or so. I always try to do that, and
I think it's important.
it
because
helps. Like a little getaway.
It's
you know?
good, like, because you're not only juggling the wardrobe, you're also juggling potential acting jobs and other jobs.
Yeah.
And like I said, so far, every time I've seen you work, you've been at the top of your game. And it's so easy when you're doing multiple freelance jobs to burn out. So it's good to hear that you have a system that works for you.
Yeah, I try to. It sounds bad, but I try to chill a lot. But then
So
I'm that person,
she stays chill.
like,
you chill a lot and then
I'm
you
not
work
a
your
morning
ass off
person,
when
so
it comes.
I will normally like, okay, I'll sleep in, you know, I'll do that. But then I'm that person that at night I will work till 11 or 12
If you
or
need
1
to,
in the
yeah.
morning. But then I allow myself to also rest, so I
Yeah,
don't
so it's
burn
work,
out.
it's work hard and rest
So,
well.
Yeah.
I like
Please
that.
pass your
Exactly.
schedule on. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we will hear more from Karla, her scope in the industry, and the work that she is doing.
Yes.
Remember, if you have any questions for our guests here in studio, feel free to inbox us on Facebook at Let's Talk Showbiz, and we will ask them after the break.
Yes, in the meantime, we will be right back after break, so don't go anywhere. No way.
And welcome back to Let's Talk Showbiz. If you just tuned in, we're live here in studio at 27 Boxes on our second episode of season 2. And in studio with us is a fashionable stylist, singer, and actress, Karla Bosch, who recently finished working on a massive international sci-fi film and has so much more up on her sleeve.
Yes, let's talk a bit about the latest film you did, The Construct. How was that experience for you working on such a big, massive international film as a stylist and head of wardrobe?
I was so nervous because I didn't know what to expect, and I was one person alone with wardrobe, which I've learned you do need an assistant. I learned that. I think that was actually the
No.
difficult part. Like,
Not having the assistant.
yeah, like I didn't think I would need it, but,
But
I
it
do
was
need
a
an
small
assistant,
cast,
but
right? It wasn't that big of a cast,
No,
but,
it was small, so I could manage it. Yeah, so it wasn't like
but their work was intense because of the caliber of the project.
yeah.
So there was a lot of... Okay,
To
go
make
on.
sure
Did you make new
everything's
friends with the
clean.
cast?
I did. I think we were really a great team. Like everyone clicked. Like it was instant
like
love.
Instant love.
Instant
Yeah.
love.
So take us back. Take the listeners on set. What was the day like on set for you on The Construct, or any other film for that day as a wardrobe stylist? How does it all start? So go through a day. How did it all go? From waking up, driving all the way there, doing your routine. Because this chick loves butterscotch lattes. Like if you see her arrive on set, it's like,
And the
Hashtag
Red
Seattle.
Bull. Don't forget the Red Bull.
oh yes, and the Red Bull daily order,
Wow.
Red Bull and butterscotch, both of them combined. So take us.
Don't listen to her diet.
Oh, now I need to go back. I'm not good with making lists in my head now. Basically you get there, you get to the dressing room. Usually you're there before the actors and you just check if everything, usually if something was dirty or they messed on something the previous day, I had to take it home and wash. So I just come the next morning and I steam quickly what needs to be steamed. And yeah, then half an hour later, an hour or so, the actors arrive. And then I'm like, okay, I have the call sheet. This is what you need to do today. This is what you're wearing. And yeah, from there, I'm just on set and makeup and wardrobe is always together. And we
Constantly
just
checking if they shop.
yeah, and then I must be there to make sure okay, it's clean and it's in the same position.
Continuity.
Continuity. Oh, that word.
favorite word.
Continuity.
So would you say it's quite a rush job for you when you start in the morning? It's all you get there and you work everything out and you have your moment where you go through everything and you check your list and you make sure everything's cool and you have your chill moment with your little Seattle and then once the actors arrive on set, would you say that it's still relatively it's difficult but it's manageable, or would you say it becomes like a rush hour for you?
Like, I think it depends on what's the scene. and how many actors they're using. This format was very easy because we used the one actress Liesel a lot the whole time. So like it in between takes it will be like very chilled because she's in the same outfit. I just need to check that it's, you know, continuity and it's still in the same position and, you know, all
Especially
that.
because
So
it's a sci-fi, so things can move if she does like
Yeah.
action-packed scenes. Yeah, get it.
So I think it's more like a rush when I get there and I have all my ducks in a row and make sure everything is sorted. And then you take it as the day comes. And I think that's what I like about filming is the wardrobe, is
Cool.
the rush.
Wait, so now you also have your own company, Styling Avenue South Africa,
Yes.
which was established in 2016, if I'm correct, and a blog, and a news site, Karla Fashion, established in 2012. Tell us more about that and what it has to do. What do you have to do? How does that work?
Like Styling Avenue is just like, because I always worked under the name Karla Bosch. So I just thought like maybe I can create another name for me and promote all my editorial and film stuff on there. So yeah, that was like a last minute change. But 2012, at Karla Fashion, it started at the college where I studied, and I just started to start a blog. I didn't know really what I was doing because it's only a compulsory in your second year. So yeah, I don't know.
So what was the what does the blog entitle? So you post about fashion, obviously.
Yeah, I'll say
the
it started
trend.
with fashion, just news, and like I used to write a lot of my own content because I had the time when I was a student. Now I'm just like I'm getting other writers to contribute, and
That's cool. Well,
keep
that's good.
people
Gives
up to-
them exposure.
Yeah.
Gives them opportunities. It's
Yeah.
creating opportunities and platforms for other people to also expand.
Yeah.
People that are starting. That's cool.
because you don't always get the time to write it
So
yourself.
it ultimately
So-
turns not into just a blog or a fashion thing, but it also turns into like a little mini company where you actually give people
Yeah.
opportunities. That's cool.
Platform, yeah.
Yeah, that's
We can put it
awesome.
on their resume and. go
That's
for it.
probably why you were crowned as Maropa's fourth youngest influencer in 2014, and the
Ah,
top media
that's where it started.
professional, the top media professional by City Bliss director Sambal. How did that happen?
Well, while I was like studying, it was one of those random emails you get, and they're like, "Okay, we're this company. We saw your blog because you have to feature your blog on a blogger site." So yeah, the brands just contacted me and said, "Hey, do you want to be a featured writer?" Stuff like that, and then they followed me on my social media, and yeah, and then when the award time came, and they decided. They decided what they decided, but yeah, no,
They
I
decided
just
what they decided. They decided you.
They decided
Crown
me.
you, like, you know, it's like my
But yeah, I
morning
was
cup of tea.
I was writing a lot of like articles for brands, and which I'm not doing much now.
So now
but
you're a
it
writer
was-
as well.
Oh, I'm so out of it like now. I don't.
Stop being so humble.
You've been chilling too much.
I've been chilling
you've
too much. Maybe I
you've
should
been
start writing
You've been
again.
Netflix and chilling too much.
No, I
but
think
it's
she's
so
preparing for
like
script
a-
writing. Just watch this space. Before you know it, she's giving us our content.
Next thing that coming is Styling Avenue doing bokeh films and doing fashion films.
Ooh.
Yes, girl.
I can do that.
Okay, random question. If you
Okay.
had to pursue any other career than the ones that you are pursuing thus far, what would it be?
I would say an interior designer.
Okay.
I like
I can see you doing
decor.
that.
I like that.
What's next for you?
What's next for me? I don't know. Everything can change like in a week or two. Like
That's true.
if you get an email and someone's like, "Hey, come."
Which big project are you excited for that might be coming up soon?
Ooh, dreams.
We all have dreams.
We all have dreams. No, it's international series directed by Nico Barnard. And I'm gonna be wardrobe.
She's
I'm very
exposing you,
excited. You
Boom.
expose me, I expose you.
Okay, cool.
Watch this space.
Watch this.
Well,
please.
that's all we have time for today with the lovely Karla in studio. What an awesome person. But before we say goodbye to Karla, it is time for an old-fashioned favorite game. Oh, snap. There's a
old-fashioned.
pun in there. For the first-time listeners, every week our guest participates in a little game that we like to throw random words at the guest for 60 seconds.
Yes.
And he or she has to answer a relevant word as quick as possible to get as many words as they possibly can within 60 seconds.
Now remember, you cannot say pass. You have to answer. If you answer wrong, so meaning you say something irrelevant to the word, or you take longer than 3 to 5 seconds to answer, that word will fall out and you will lose that point, and you'll be interrupted by an oh snap. So let's quickly
no
demonstrate for her.
pressure.
So it will be something like, you have to be quick, you have to think, and you can't, you have
And
to
then I
answer.
love doing that. So.
So it would be something like water,
Aqua,
jacket,
blue,
toothbrush,
blue,
your favorite color,
red,
meal you had this morning.
cereal.
You see?
You ready for
Let's
us?
see if I'm.
Are you ready?
Let's see if I
for
can do it.
You ready for it? You gonna read?
Okay.
Go. Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Action.
Cell phone,
Apple.
bag,
Black.
socks,
Secret.
flower,
Rose.
marble,
Round.
clothing brand,
Clothing brand. Diesel.
industry inspiration,
Some of that inspires you.
industry,
Della Shaw.
month,
January.
fashion,
Glamorous.
magazine,
Editorial.
film,
Rom-com.
transport,
Car.
color,
Blue.
2019,
Dreams.
water,
Sparkling.
cold,
Warm.
planet,
Earth.
board game,
3.
Board. Snakes and ladders.
favorite season, winter, summer, spring.
No, winter.
There we go. Okay,
Ah!
counts. Well done.
And that concludes our episode for today. Thank you so much, Karla, for joining us in studio today and chatting with us about your wonderful journeys and
Thanks
your
for
career
having me,
achievements.
guys.
Yes.
It has been lovely to hear more about your career, your awesome achievements, and your awesome adventures, and your awesome dreams.
Ooh.
Thank you for shedding an insightful scope on the industry. Follow her journey on social media at Karla Bosch, at Kalala Fashion Blog, and at Styling Avenue Q. Styling Avenue H.
Ad styling?
What?
Ad styling.
Oh, Styling Avenue SA.
Okay, now we have it. And don't forget to follow all the exciting things of today's episode on our social media at Let's Talk Showbiz. A proclamation, a declaration for Avenue Q coming soon.
Isn't it
Jokes.
Isn't it just wonderful when your tongue just decides to fail?
What a way to describe it. And
Thank you so much for joining us.
thank you for joining us for another fantastic episode on Let's Talk Showbiz right here on Brand Live at 27 Boxes. Tune in next Friday for more of a world of entertainment, laughter, fun, excitement. Catch us live every Friday from 11:30 to 12:30 as we bring you a new entertainment, news, and some amazing guests.
Now, a quote for the day. Life isn't perfect, but your outfit can be. Fashion
Oh, yeah.
is an art. And you're the canvas.
The blank page. I'm gonna make this brain at the second. Oh yes! And as Mr. Farrell Williams said, fashion has to reflect who you are. What you feel. Oh no.
I don't believe you.
Here we go. So the quote by Mr. Farrell. Do you want to read it for us?
What is the quote? What? I don't even know. Oh, fashion has to reflect who you are, what you feel at the moment and where you are going.
And then
So remember, life is a party. Make sure you dress well.
yeah.
Till next week, everyone.
Do what you love and love what you do. Stay beautiful.
And cheers.
Live from 27 Boxes in the heart of Melville, this is brandlive.co.za. Guess who got brands talking? brandlive.co.za.